We're about to taste a very famous wine. It's Fleurie. Now I'm not sure how you pronounce this, as you'll no doubt be surprised. Georges Duboeuf. Was it Deboeuf?
Deboeuf.
Deboeuf. Who is the guy I understand who made the Gamay grape or Beaujolais famous back in I'm not sure it was early this century, early 1900s or late 1800s.
Yes, I think it was 1970s and 80s.
70s?
1970s and 80s.
Then, surely.
I don't think it is.
I think the Beaujolais Nouveau sort of kicked in then, but Beaujolais was...
Oh, but John, you might be... have you been researching again? Because sometimes it gets me like this.
I'll put it in the notes to the video. I'll correct whatever we've said and I'll research that and let you have the details.
Yeah, but he is known as the King of the Beaujolais.
It is known as the King of Beaujolais.
He is.
He is.
Georges Duboeuf is known as the King of the Beaujolais.
Is he still alive?
I believe he is, and I believe he's taken a back seat in his son now.
Oh, in which case it is unlikely to be 1890s then, if he...
It definitely wasn't 1890s. I'm pretty confident in saying it wasn't the 1890s. That's why I took a chance with the 1970s, 80s. I reckon that's when it came to prominence.
Okay. So anyway, Beaujolais. Now, Beaujolais, Fleurie is from the Gamay grape. Fleurie is a particular part within the Beaujolais region.
Yep.
And there are others, I think, like Macon and... Macon?
Yeah, Macon is spot on there, John.
Yep.
Yeah, yes, Macon, there's a fair few, yeah.
So a fair few of those which are sort of specialised. And in terms of Beaujolais, you can get sort of Beaujolais, and then you can get Beaujolais Village, and then you sort of go to this where you've actually got the villages where, you know...
Yeah, where they are, again, like you said, it's the same grape, but they have different styles about them.
Yeah. Okay, so have a look at the...
John, let's do it.
Come on. Now, this is very interesting because when I started off this journey with John, I started doing these videos, what is now about 4 years ago. Gamay or Beaujolais was my favourite wine. So I'm really interested. We haven't tasted many, have we?
We haven't, John, no. And it is... like you were saying, it was your favourite wine, but I think, like I've been saying, of a lot of wines, a lot of people have a favourite wine they start with, and then they revisit it, and they think, well, it doesn't taste like it used to. And that's one of those things which I've mentioned many times, where our taste buds do change. So it might not taste like it used to, which is no bad thing. It just means your taste buds are changing and developing.
Yeah. Okay, so on the colour...
It's almost garnet, I'd say. Almost.
Touch of purple there.
Yeah. But it is quite a see-through, you know, so fairly...
Yeah, translucent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, light. Which, I mean, obviously, could be known as a more refreshing drink, isn't it? You know, it's more
the Gamay grape, yeah, and the Gamay grape is very versatile. You know, you can go and say from the very light, easy ones, go to the big, heavy ones. So let's we'll find out which one this is. Okay. That's quite a delicate smell, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sort of going in there to really try and... It's not giving up a lot. Yeah, it's not in your face, but I mean, I'm getting the kind of... There's red berries in there. There's
I get that, yeah.
And I will get a little bit of, like, almost a violet.
Lovely girl.
Remember her well. Remember her well. But yeah, I think you're completely correct there, John. It's not in your face. You have to really work to get something out of that. Yeah, do you think that's where the purple bit comes from, in the colour, the violet? Quite possibly. Yeah, because it has got that, hasn't it? I don't know. I mean, it's a nice smell. It's quite inviting. So let's... Are we going to go? I'm going to go. Ooh. Ooh. Right. I think so, yeah. I'm disappointed. I think you're thinking the same thing. Very thin. Yeah. Very, very thin. Very tannic. Yeah. I actually believe this is a style, though. And I think this is a style that a lot of people... In fact, I know it's a style that a lot of people do like. It would be described as... For me, it's not really my thing. The tannins far outweigh the power of the wine, because the wine has no power. I say it's very... Wishy-washy is the wrong word, but very thin, so I'm not getting anything from that. One-dimensional? Yeah, it's not going anywhere. You know, you're just getting this kind of... And then loads of tannins hit you and say, there you have that as well. And so... And there's no... After the tannins, there's nothing after it. There's nothing to back it up at all. What price was this, John? Well, actually, it was between $11.99 was what I bought it for, but I have seen it. Some retailers are selling it for $13.99. Right. Okay. So you know,
between 12 and 14 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to say that for me, and again, it may be due to my ignorance and lack of finesse in tasting, but for me that tastes a lot cheaper. It doesn't have the balance, it doesn't have the bite, it doesn't have the complexity. It's bordering on. It's not actually, but it's bordering on me not liking it. It's like I'll drink it, but actually I'm not getting excited about it. The flavour is, I put it in my mouth and I'm thinking, oh, so when's it going to happen? I've got this flavour now, but surely that's it. But that is it.
That's a good description. You wouldn't ask for a second glass?
I wouldn't ask for a second glass, no. I mean, I wouldn't be rude enough if someone poured me another glass. This for me would be definitely something I'd prefer to have to eat something with. It's not something that I could just drink on its own.
No.
And Beaujolais is supposed to be quite light, and one of the things that maybe we've just got this at room temperature, so I guess it's around about 20 degrees. I think Beaujolais suggested it should be sort of like 17, 18 degrees, so maybe that would change it. I might put it in the fridge later and just see if it does.
I think it would, but I think, I mean, even saying that 17, 18 degrees, I think you need to bring it down even more than that, just to kill...
the tannins?
Yeah. So all in all, for me, that's a...
And Fleurie is a big name, isn't it? And this is a big brand, so I would have expected this to be at the top of the game. And I'm sure I've tasted better Fleurie than this. I'm sure I have.
Maybe that's just not our style.
Maybe.
But,
coming from a place where, the Gamay grape or the Beaujolais used to be my favourite, it's very disappointing. As you say, I may have changed. Maybe I've appreciated stronger tasting wines now.
I think so. It's a natural thing. Taste will change. Nothing wrong there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, actually, if someone gave me a glass of that and said it's Beaujolais Nouveau, I wouldn't actually disbelieve them.
Yeah, and you'd be like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Because you expect Beaujolais Nouveau
to be a bit rough.
Yeah, to never be outstanding.
Yeah.
And that is, in my opinion, by no means outstanding.
Well, I agree, in my opinion also. But, that's not to say, if you love it, please don't be offended. It just means our tastes are different.
Which is fine. So, pairing.
Okay.
I'll go first with cheese.
Okay.
I have been thinking about this all because there wasn't much else to get into on with a... Sorry, apologies. I'm going to go with Tom de Savoie, because the Tom de Savoie, typical French cheese, I mentioned it before, earthy, fruity, not very strong. So I think that would just not overpower the cheese and then just have enough to take the tannins away. So I think they'd complement. I think that cheese would make that wine much better.
Okay, I think I would go with, not with steak as such, but with a roast beef with this, because I think that would help take away the tannins.
Yeah.
And the roast beef isn't, unlike saying, isn't quite as sort of tasty. So I don't think this is. It's not going to sort of kill the beef flavour and vice versa. I think that probably would hopefully balance this out a little bit, and that's as far as I can go really in terms of thinking of something to match with it.
It's fine. It's not giving us many options, is it? Really? Because there's not much you can think of. Sometimes you get one and you think, oh, we'll put that or that. Yeah, you have to narrow it down that.
Yeah.
Which then, okay, we're going to go into the scores.
Okay, we're going to go on to the scores.
I'm going to go first.
Okay, you're going to go first.
Again, you just don't want to be too critical, but I would go... There we go, I'm happy with that, John.
Okay. And I'm going to go, because it's the only words I can say in French, Soixante-neuf. 69.
That? Oh, crikey, that's quite a low score. I mean, I agree. I went 72.
Okay.
So again, we're not too far off there. But Soissons, that is a...
Well, I think, especially if I was paying £14 for it.
Yeah.
It's just not, for my pocket, it's just not worth that money. And again, we've coming back to, the $3.99 bottle. I enjoyed that a lot more than that. I enjoyed that a lot more than that.
That wine has changed his life. It's changed his life. Can't start going on about it. I've got a blog somewhere. No, in all seriousness, you are completely correct there, John. Where it's difficult to not compare the two. And they say when we go from that $3.99 to $11.99 is something that we've been told is a classy wine. Does that come down to marketing though? Again, are we thrown by the marketing? Are we, going?
Well, I think obviously, I think if it says Fleurie, it's French. We've often commented that if you're buying French wine, it's going to be more expensive because everyone, it's supply and demand. And I certainly don't blame any vineyard owner for doing that. If someone was prepared to pay twice for my wine than someone else's, of course I'm not going to say, oh no, you only want you to pay half.
I couldn't possibly.
I couldn't possibly. Of course I'm going to do that. So commercially, I totally understand it. But for again, our personal tastes, it unfortunately it doesn't cut it. I hope guys, you probably will be offended. I'm sorry if you are. Because obviously people don't make wine, they're quite artists in what they do.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And they sell loads of bottles, so lots of people love it, so I'm sure they've got their audience and that's right for them, but not for us.
No.
In summary.
Yeah. In summary, okay. We'll live with that.
Okay, guys. Well, if you've got any ideas about what we should be tasting, then please drop us a line. Also, let us know where you're viewing this from. And so, until the next time, we look forward to seeing you there and sharing another glass of wine with you. Chin chin.
Chin chin.